Berserk. Hey guys, Gamer Guy, the God Hand here with another Berserk Weekly. I hope all your holidays went well, whatever you celebrate, Christmas, Kwanzaa, the others. I personally celebrate Berserkmas, but that's just me. Today we're going to be looking into some Beherit theories. Now, I haven't read these beforehand, so I don't know if they're any good. But this is Berserk Weekly, so it's all unscripted. There's no script. So we're just gonna be looking into these and see what people have to say. So for this first one, this guy says, I already read a lot of theories about Berserk's Casca, with some others stating that it could be useless because it was for the Count to use, but he denied it. But I actually think that this Behelit is for Farnese. But why? Okay, Farnese. Farnese is always depicted as the insano, murderous pyromaniac, sadomasochistic, who had a lot of issues and insecurities, and now she is Casca's maid and a healthy roommate. Interesting description there. Her mom stated that she goes on her own agenda, and she is unpredictable. Farnese herself stated that somewhere in her heart, the pyromaniac mad girl is still alive. I don't know if it's actually stated in the manga. Feel free to correct me, please. And among Guts' new party, Farnese is the only one who could be turned into an apostle by the God Hand. Huh? What the heck? Okay. I can see it happening soon. She is distressed with Casca returning after being healed, even though she helped it and saw some. Okay. She's jealous of Casca for being with Guts. She might see them rolling in the sheets. Yeah, possible, I guess. She gets pissed with her sexual urges and fire needs. She lashes herself and finds pleasure in it. Yeah, that was a long time ago. She begins descending into the mad girl fire. Oh, so he's saying like she'd revert to how she was before? I really don't think so. The Beherit cries blood. Slain appears, offers sexual pleasure and other things in exchange for Serpico's life. That would be the person she'd probably sacrifice. Maybe Guts, though. I mean, she cares a lot about Guts. What do you guys think? I don't know about that. Farnese has changed a whole lot, and that's kind of the point. It'd be really weird storytelling to take that back, you know what I mean? If it did happen, though, I mean, it'd be somewhat shocking. I don't think Farnese is going to play that big of a role in the story. She's cool and all, and I know she's, like, getting more magic-y, but come on, like, it could happen, yeah, sure. Let's see what some... Okay, there's no one really reputable that's... commented on it. Yeah. It would betray all her character development. That's very true. Probably what I said. I don't even know. I don't even remember. Yeah, the Beherit summons all of them. Usually. Have we seen it once not? I'm pretty sure it always has. Not just one. That's very true, though. Definitely not just one. Okay, so I don't think that's a very likely theory. Let's just move on. Okay, are there any theories about Guts having a Behelit? He does have one. Okay. Okay, this one, I did read part of it a while ago. It's pretty good. We've had plenty... I'll just skip that part. Now imagine if we do manage to see this scenario return in regards to the Black Swordsman arc and the Count not making a sacrifice. For a moment, imagine that Guts has managed to defeat Griffith and a Behelit summons the God Hand, but not for Guts, but for Griffith again. Whoa, huh. I'll get back to that in a second. We know that if Griffith is to wish to remain alive, he would need to sever any last remnants of his own humanity. What humanity has Griffith still have left? His dream. Sure, yeah, I mean, his dream has kind of changed. He chose to sacrifice the first time to attain it, yet it's the only thing of meaning to him left for him to sacrifice. This is how Falcone and his people will be sacrificed, as few people have speculated. He says he's having a hard time believing it would happen. Instead, I think it would be much more likely that Griffith would realize that sacrificing the city and his dream now would mean everything was for nothing. That is pretty true. All those bones, all those people he stepped on to get to the kingdom, and for what? To sacrifice them in the end, to continue to be God Hand? What is much more likely is that Griffith does not choose to sacrifice at all. Instead, he's pulled into the vortex by those he's killed, those he's sacrificed. Imagine for a moment the original Band of the Hawk members pulling him into the vortex as he chooses to not make the sacrifice. That would be pretty cinematic, I guess. Symbolic, whatever. It'd be cool. All those, the ceremonies of president witness. All of Falcone would realize who it was they were relying on and what he almost did to continue to live. Would this be redemption? Probably not. Would this be the way I would like to see Griffith go out? Probably not. But I can't help but thinking that perhaps there's a reason we've gone through all these years without Maria giving us a... Perhaps in the end, Griffith will choose not to forget his dream again. Thoughts, theories, have not come across any other threads, blah, 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 blah. Walter Bennett, he's a pretty reputable source. He says he likes it. Too similar to what happened with the Count, which is pretty true, is what he says. Yeah, I mean, it is clever. I don't think it would happen, but it is a clever theory. I like that one. Here's another one. I've seen a lot of people speculate that Serpico, Farnese, or Isidra are likely candidates for its activation, but I just don't see Miura doing that at this point in the game. Neither do I. I have an idea, though. What if Guts begins collecting Beherits to turn his Dragon Slayer into a sword similar to Skull Knight's? Huh. We're still in the dark regarding the sword's origins. It may be possible that Flora had something to do with the sword's transformation. If Flora had a hand in creating the Sword of Resonance, is it possible Shirk will learn to do the same? I obviously don't want Guts to become Skull Knight 2.0, but I have a hard time seeing how Guts can defeat Griffith without a sword that can cut through time and space. What do y'all think? Okay, pretty interesting. I mean, I don't see it not happening. Guts does only have, this guy says he only has one Beherit. He did initially pick it up thinking that he could get to Griffith that way, and there's no reason the reader is given to believe that he would go about collecting more. It would be cool though. I mean, potentially. I don't think it's going to happen, but that would be cool. Let's see if that is true. I mean, it wasn't useful. The Beherit sword wasn't even useful against Griffith. It did backfire, but that doesn't mean it would always backfire. I'm not even going to read that because it sounds like he says something stupid. But yeah, I mean, that's still interesting, right? He could get more Beherits. I don't think that's where the sword is going to go. But hey, I mean, Guts himself got an upgrade. The sword is upgrading all the time, becoming stronger with each apostle it kills. So maybe he could get an upgrade too. Maybe not the same as Skull Knights, but I mean, that's at least interesting. Okay, here's the last one for today. I think Casca is going to be using Guts Behelit. I think something occurs in which she uses it to become an apostle. Right now, in her current state, she's very troublesome. Troublesome or troubled? And the person I think she would be most likely to sacrifice to survive would most likely be the person she's always close to, Farnese. I don't know. I was just seeing a scene in episode 296 where she's actually close to the Beherit. I thought she was really close to that object. Whenever she was in peril and thought in her current state, she might be the one most likely to use it in the group. I'm just gonna say, like, pretty much no, that wouldn't happen. It could possibly activate for her. I don't know, because she is gonna potentially be in a very extreme state of mind when her memories and stuff come rushing back to her, if they do. So if it is meant for her, it could activate, but that's a stretch. It's a very big stretch, and I doubt she would sacrifice anyone. Still an interesting theory, though. But Casca has way too much character development right now. I mean, everything about her leading up to this point, and her just becoming an apostle, it's not gonna happen. It's not gonna happen. As for what I think may happen with the Beherit, Guts already knows at this point, because of Flora, that his initial want to use the Beherit is kind of voided, because it's not his. He knows it's not his, or he at least assumes it's not his. It's not just gonna open. It's not gonna work the way he wants it to work. But obviously, it's gonna serve a higher purpose in some way. Why have it in the story so much, so often? Besides, I mean, obviously, it's a learning tool for the reader, but there's gonna be more to it, right? So I currently don't have a set theory for what the Beherit's gonna be used for. It's obviously gonna be something important. I mean, it's been in the story for several, like, so many volumes, but yeah, I have no idea what it could really do. Some of these theories, like one or two of them, were potentials, or at least part of them seem like could be potentially what it's used for. Skull Knight could end up eating it and using it that way, but I mean, that seems kind of anticlimactic. But other than that, yeah, I really don't know. You guys should tell me your thoughts. Give me some educated theories in the comments if you do want to. And that's about it. So let me know also what you got if you got anything for Berserkmas. And other than that, I will see you guys in the next video.